Happy New Year. I think it's Happy New Year. I'll be putting this video up on New Year's Eve. So in that case, Happy New Year. One of the realities of self-employment is I lose track of the day. I can't tell you what day of the week it is half the time. I can't even tell you what time it is. Does anyone really know what time it is? Does anyone really care? I am wrapping up my 2023 on a delivery. The irony of this delivery is this restaurant we're going to was my first delivery of this year. And I just find that interesting that my last delivery for the 2023 is to the same place. This place averages about one delivery a month, and I bring my trailer to this one. I have two accounts that I use my trailer for, and this is one of them. I think I've done a video from this place before. It will probably look familiar to you, but I thought I would just bring you along. I also think it's fitting that the weather is garbage right now. It's raining, but it kind of has that little snowy mixture to it, and I don't know, it just seems like the last couple weeks of deliveries I've gotten wet in all of them. Just really wet weather. The ground is saturated, but my goal is to get this trailer unloaded and get back home and have you guys come along for the ride here for our Happy New Year 2024. Okay, I think we're good. It's a little misty. This restaurant is not open yet. They're on opening task, so there is a crew here. My job is just to get this unloaded and stay out of their way. I think if you have a dump trailer, I think a tarp is mandatory. It keeps all your load in. But for me too, I'm able to relax when I'm driving this down the road. I don't have to worry about stuff flying out, or when you hit a bump, you know, and your stuff's flying up in the air. I had talked about my problem with this latch, and it really put me in a bad spot a couple times. And the way I fixed it was I make my last row, I stack it this way, so there's really nothing on the doors. And this is how I keep the the load secure. I don't have to worry about these logs now popping out on me. So I'm not into my financial numbers, except for the big ones. You know, where's my bank account at? I don't set targets, I don't set goals. It just gives me flashbacks to the way I used to work in my career. Everything was targets, goals, and there was always that reminder if you're not there, if you're not there. And then even no matter how big of a great year you were having with sales, you would come up to the time when the bonus is due, and then they're saying, well, you know, the company didn't do real good, so your bonus is bad. I have just removed all of that from my life. I pay attention to month over month, year over year, and I have an electronic program for all my invoices, so it just keeps like reports like that. But I really don't even look at those reports, except I like to see, you know, how I did this December over last year, and how much my sales are up, hopefully, year over year. This year my sales are up pretty good. I'm pushing 20% sales increase over last year. And I think a lot of that has to do with my new Woodyard. I remember when I had a real job, it was always gotta grow, gotta grow, gotta grow. They always wanted more sales, more sales, more sales. And it just always dawned on me, you know, what for? You know, the company was very profitable, but man, it was always growth, growth, growth. Some of that now makes sense to me, you know, because I still feel like I have to grow. I have to get bigger to make this more sustainable, put more money in my pocket, you know, keep the house, keep gas in the gas tank. But also, you know, some of these machines I have are going to have to be replaced. Trucks, splitters, processors, tractor, all of these things are depreciating assets, you know, and you just got to keep the money coming in so you can replace these things, and they're certainly not getting any cheaper. So this trailer, I've just learned over the years, I will tilt this up, but I pull these out as far as I can reach in. I think it just makes it easier on my back. Everything's just right here for me. And when it's up, you know, you're reaching over this table, and that's where I think you start to feel a little bit of a strain down there. I'm not getting any younger, you know. I think 2023 overall has been a great year for us. You know, the big deal is, yes, prices are up. I guess they're starting to come down a little bit now. But if my costs have gone up, and they have, my log deliveries, fuel, everything has gone up, well, guess what? So have my prices, you know. My prices have gone up, and I don't know, if I was on a fixed income, or if I'm not getting that raise that I was always wanting to get, you know, I'm not feeling it as much being self-employed, because my prices have gone up along with everyone else's. The big thing though for 2023, and I think that's what's put me in a better position, come on, you know, it was the big move. Moving into that new Woodyard has changed everything for me. I have more logs now than I ever have. I have more firewood that I can sell right now in December going into January than I've ever had. And I think that's why I had such a big December in sales compared to last year. And you know, this December was my biggest sales month ever. And I think it's because I got more logs, I'm able to sell them. So that's 2023. Really, this whole video could just end right there. It is the Woodyard, guys. Yes, it was nice having acreage where I could just work off my own land, but you know, that causes extra problems. I'm serious, what I'm paying for rent now, and having, you know, where I don't have to mess with neighbors or making anyone upset. I'm in a zoned industrial area. I can make all the noise in the world, and I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. So I don't like paying rent, let's be upfront about that, but it is 100% worth it. And what I have spent on rent for the year so far, yes, I have made in excess of that in my sales increase, which was the way I had seen things going forward. You know, I am not an accountant, but I keep things on a practical level. So if it's putting money in the bank account, which I didn't have before, or that I wouldn't have gotten before because I'm up to my knees in mud, that is a success for me. You know, I could have been an accountant all day long. I could have better understood my numbers, but at the end of the day, that's not my bread and butter. My bread and butter is making wood, getting it dried out, and getting it out to these restaurants. So I got the wood pulled out as far as I care to reach in. So now we're going to pick this trailer up, and then I'll be loading off this gravity-fed pile. But talk about what I've been trying to avoid. I got rerouted. I live out in the country, and the main road was closed, and they rerouted us down this rock road, and of course it's chipped my front of my trailer up, and now I got to deal with this kind of stuff. So I need to touch this up. You know what they should do, like especially here where you're under the mud flap of the truck, is like put that vinyl kind of sticky paper over top of this, and then you don't have to worry about the paint getting chipped. Then from here, I just start pulling out of the back and hope I don't get hit in the head with a log. But what does 2024 have in store for Ohio Woodburner? You know, I am very good at making predictions, except on the future. I don't know. I kind of think I'm going to be doing the exact same thing. I really do think, though, I'm going to be close to that crossroads where I'm going to have to start hiring people. Every time I have that voice in my head saying it's time, I hear another voice, you know, the next day saying, no, stay sole proprietor. But I hope that my growth, though, is in procurement, getting my logs in. You know, now they're getting a little low, and I just know that the way that this winter's going, I don't know how many logs are going to be coming out of the woods with all the mud. That's what kind of shuts down the industry. So if we get some firm ground, frozen ground, I get more logs in. That's where I can actually make hay or firewood. When I was out in Colorado at Kyle's Woodyard, you know, mine is just a fraction of what his is. Do I really want that, though? I don't know. I think it would be really cool, but is that really what I want? I do have room to expand, and I'm not saying that that day may not come, but you know, for me, the name of the game is getting those logs in. I really do say you can sell every stick of wood that you can get your hands on, and the more wood that I have to sell, the more I'm going to sell. So it's just a matter for me, you know, even though I've gotten into a much better position than what I was at, the name of the game is procurement, getting those logs in and getting them made into firewood. But anything else for Ohio Woodburner, the firewood company? I don't know. I'd like to have another truck, one that's not as rusty. I wonder about my tractor. Would I want a bigger tractor? I would still want a PTO shaft on it, though, so I can brush hog at home. My tractor right now has got 300 hours. It's warranted for 5 years, so I still got 2 more years on that. And you know, having all that emissions and the computer and stuff is a little scary. Maybe I'd like to trade that in and get something bigger. I don't know. Will that happen this year? I'm not sure. What I do want, though, are some more creature comforts at the Woodyard, like the roof. You know, I'm talking about that carport over top of my processor, a smaller one over top of the Axis log splitter, and then maybe like a little one of those shed houses for an office just to get me out of the cold or get me out of the heat in the summertime. But that is for the firewood delivery service, you know. So what's in store for Ohio Woodburner, the YouTube channel? I had said a long time ago, if I am going to be self-employed, it must be fun. And if it isn't fun, I'm not going to do it. But I am still having a lot of fun making YouTube videos. Sometimes it becomes a challenge, you know, with the weather and my delivery schedule. I'm not going to lie about that. But for the most part, I've committed to you guys putting up a video every Wednesday and Sunday. And I missed a few over the year. I took a little break, went on a vacation, but I'm having a blast with YouTube. What I would hope I can do in 2024 is have more traveling opportunities, and there are a few of them in theory for me in 2024. I love that, traveling and seeing different parts of the country, seeing different operations. If I can do more of that, I would definitely do it. Are there any big machine sponsorship opportunities coming on board for me in YouTube this year? I don't know. I don't have anything on the books, but you know, as long as it is relevant to the channel, I will consider it. And you know, that's why you don't see any perfume or a wallpaper being recommended on my channel. And maybe for 2024, I can get more videos of your all's favorite daughter, Emily, to show up on some of my channels. Maybe we can make that happen. And then, you know, the other one too is we are considering doing another open house in early May. And last year we had such a big turnout, and I've spoken with a number of people who are interested in coming back. Some manufacturers, some of these people that make these really cool machines that we all want to see more of on YouTube. So if I am able to put it together with the blessing of the property owner, with my wife, with the family, with my support team that I have around me, if we can make it happen, maybe we'll have another open house coming up this spring, 2024. And everything about, you know, social media, for me, it's not just YouTube. You know, we still have the Woodhounds podcast, which is on every major streaming service in the world. We put out an episode every Wednesday morning, and they're out there for you guys to listen to. If you're not into podcasts, check them out, man. If you have Spotify or Pandora or Apple iTunes, all you have to do is type in the Woodhounds, and you'll see our entire roster of episodes. That has been a lot of fun. And we have a couple neat things coming up with the podcast that we're super excited about. One of them was supposed to have happened already, but it kind of got rescheduled. But I think you guys are going to love that. So check out the Woodhounds podcast. I don't think of just me when I think of Firewood and YouTube. It's the community. And one of the positive things, and I want to be very clear about this, there have been a lot of newer channels that are starting, and that is awesome. That is good, and it should not be discouraged, guys. If anyone's thinking of starting a YouTube channel, go for it, man. But if you have a smaller channel and you're trying to get traction, just don't stop. Keep going and keep growing, because growth with this niche in YouTube is good for all of us. And there is no competition. We're all in this together. If one channel is doing great, that's great for everyone. So I hope that we can go forward in 2024 without this competitiveness. You know, you gotta beat someone and all, and I just think that's self-defeating. It's best for all of us if we just have more channels and we grow this niche on social media, and we keep getting bigger. Okay, so that's Ohio Wood Burner, the YouTube channel, the YouTube community. What else is there? Oh yes, what about the firewood industry? I have an opinion on that. These EPA stoves, they're legit, they are for real, they work, they're expensive, but I'm just seeing that is the future of firewood. And that little light went off inside my head when I was out in Colorado about the smaller, shorter firewood. I'm not going to make mine 12 inches anytime soon, but I can see where that plays a big role for the industry overall. I've seen videos of these EPA stoves, and it's hard to even get a 16-inch stick inside of one because it's just smaller. So maybe, the smaller splits, we might be onto something there. The shorter sticks of firewood, maybe we're onto something there. I would hope that our manufacturers can see these trends in firewood and start making adjustments with the machinery so that they can accommodate this style of wood. The Japa 405 is a world-class machine, and man, I think it just puts me right into that sweet spot for the way that the firewood industry is going. I try to stay away from boiler wood and the big chunks and stuff, but making your wood smaller like that is labor intensive, but man, it helps if you have a machine that can give you that right at the very beginning. And as we say in Ohio, if you don't like our weather, stick around. It'll change in 15 minutes. And now it's starting to snow on me. So I need to hustle and get all this done. I often wonder what would happen if my trailer wouldn't go down. It'd be kind of a weird drive home. Got my invoices. I will drop this off and then we'll head on down the road. Give me a couple seconds, I'll be right back. Okay, that was done. And now I can drive home all sweaty and wet. I want to thank everyone for being my friend here through 2023. And I hope we can keep it going and have an even better 2024. I am telling you guys, selling firewood is a lot of fun. Doing YouTube videos is a lot funner. And I am just, I'm the luckiest guy in the world I really am. I really mean that. And I want to thank everyone for helping Ohio Wood Burner bring these videos and maybe bring some fun to your day. All right, guys. Happy New Year. And everyone have a great day.